Thank you, Cody, for the tag. We're back at it with Permaband, and a tweet with over 5,500 likes says, Western Genshin fans, air quotes, on Reddit unironically banned a specific fan art because they are upset over the straight ship in the fan art. The Reddit mods even made rants and wall of text talking about how upsetting the fan art is. Impressive in all the wrong ways. Image 1, guys, we're talking about Tian Kazuki again, man. People always getting mad at this dude's art. It says, in this case, in Reddit, mod bans all fan art ship, if not lore accurate, due to a member who share this fan art. Arlecchino main's quality of life. As of lately, posts from specific users appeared on the sub, mostly depicting ships with Aether or showing Arlecchino as a character with traits, physical and psychological, that said person shouldn't be supposed to possess. Some, unfortunately, are testing the boundaries and posting Arlecchino x Aether ships to test us. Not that it is wrong per se, it's that it shows Arlecchino, who is for now, is intended in the game as a strong and upstanding individual. Qualities that must also present in the art or post posted here. Just to name a few posts that I can't read this whole thing, man. What are these people talking about? Why are they overthinking this so much? Whatever, I'll read the rest. Okay, here we go. Just name a few posts that went and go against this principle. Pregnant Arlecchino with kids and in a relationship with Aether or any other character. Arlecchino depicted as weak and submissive. Kissing Aether or any other character depicted as a stronger and powerful person, etc. Spamming this kind of content goes against the point of her being. For now, nobody knows how. Actually, I changed my mind again. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I feel like this is like some crazy stuff. Like, what is this? I just don't know why they're taking this stuff so seriously. Like, am I being weird on this one, guys? Like, this is physically painful to read. It's just so weird. I mean, look how it freaking ends. They say, from now on, recent Arl and Aether ships or any other character are forbidden, and art or remotely close to it depicting Arlecchino as a character she is not meant to be, so going against Arlecchino's integrity will be taken seriously, and heavy punishment shall... No. Her integrity, dude, it's not real. Why am I, the weeb, having to point out that this is a character and it's not real? Like, what is going on here? Heavy punishment shall await those who broke it. Oh my gosh, dude. What? Sometimes I just don't even know. I go on the internet and I just want to just turn it right off. You know, I just realized there's like some extra comedy gold here. The fact that they titled this post, they flared this post, normal post. What? If that's normal, I don't even want to ask. Moving on to image 3. This rule is temporary indeed. Once it's gone, everyone can post ships as long as it's lore accurate, thus as Arlecchino is meant to be. Example, in the game, Arl seems to have an interest in someone but never says it. In this case, ships are allowed since it can also be seen as a community theory. Of course, the ships heavily depends on the game. One can't simply wake up one day and ship Arlecchino to Zhongli with no in-game evidence or signs. I hope you get what I mean. Ships here are mostly posted out of spite. I wonder why when you guys act like this. I mean, come on now. One again, the change listed in the post is temporary. By the way, congratulations. That post probably single-handedly just increased the amount of people who ship Arlecchino with Zhongli. And in the final image included, we've got, I guess, Rule 10 here. It says, integrity. Art depicting Arlecchino as a person she is not meant to be are not allowed here. Mods will apply this rule as they see fit. I like how the mods are like, it's a temporary rule. It'll go away as long as you follow it, even when it's gone. And then also, we can apply this rule whenever we see fit, but it's totally only temporary. Some of the responses to that post from Permaband, which compiled all that stuff, include, these people will never survive in the EVA fanbase. This is one of the saddest things I've seen on Twitter, and them right now. We did it, Reddit. As well as, that is the most childish reason I've seen someone getting banned on the forums. I'm glad I don't use that website. It seems like the Arlecchino main subreddit itself also got a bit divided over this whole topic, with some people acting the way you saw, and some people actually memeing back. For example, this post saying, state of the sub, wholesome art of Arlecchino x Aether? Pass. Art of Arlecchino physically and mentally abusing Farina? And they're all about that. Sorting by controversial, we can see responses like this. Aether posts have really exposed the hypocritical Twitter users in this sub. Woman x woman, even if it's abusive. One of them has PTSD because the other almost killed her. Good. Woman x man, then wholesome. Bad. Wah. If it was Lumion instead of Aether and without changing anything, these people wouldn't be crying so hard. Response from someone else that says, the point is Arlecchino being wildly out of character when portrayed as a soft housewife, lol. Abusive is closer to what her character is than housewife, so it's seen as more acceptable. And they get a response saying, there's literally a wholesome Arl Lumi art just around 6 hours ago, and it's still not removed. Being wholesome is not her thing at all. What do you think of that one, guys? So apparently, wholesome Arlecchino and Aether is not okay, but wholesome Arlecchino and Lumine is okay. Unless perhaps the moderators didn't see that post after 6 hours. That is possible. It's also possible there's just some double standards there, and given what the post we already read on that subreddit said, like from the moderators and all that and the rules, I wouldn't be surprised if it was double standards and selective moderation. Someone else in the comments tries to defend Tiangazuki's art presumably getting removed, and they just refer to it as One Piece moving forward. So if you see One Piece, we're not talking about the anime, they're talking about the art that was removed. So this post reads, "It was exactly One Piece." It's still like kind of weird reading that, but whatever. One Piece that was criticized with Aether and Arlecchino. Also, there's basically no Farina x Arlecchino here. Keep that in mind as it gets refuted immediately after in the next comment. Can we stop this already? This is getting silly. No one should be silenced for their opinion on anything here. We're allowed to have them. I love Arlecchino as a character, and if that exactly One Piece bothered me, I was in my right to speak my mind. This is getting silly. And as I mentioned, we now have this response that says, this, in linking, is literally the top post on the sub. Yeah, it's pretty funny. They say basically no Arlecchino, Farina art, and apparently top post is this one. Now, no shade at the artist. I'm sure they're not trying to be pulled in some Reddit nonsense, so this really has nothing to do with the artist. We're just, showing that to give credit to the art, of course. But that is interesting. So we have Arlecchino here leaning in all seductively to Farina, who's like crying in tears. Okay. Response tries to defend the double standards by pointing out how nice the art is, which it is talented art, but also tried to say it's like not explicitly romantic, which seems like a pretty strong cope there. I think it's time to admit there's double standards here. Probably the right move, but a lot of these Redditors ain't gonna do that. People further talking about the double standards here. Once again, the point being that wholesome art of Aether and Arlecchino was removed, but they apparently have like abuse ships that are on here, as well as one that's just straight up R-word. Now, once again, to be fair, someone refutes that, saying that it was only like one or two super abusive things that were posted, which sucks, and they don't condone it. They don't like the meme, though, that we showed earlier, this one right here, saying that's disingenuous because it makes it sound like there's waves of that sort of art when there apparently wasn't. Look, maybe that's a fair point. Maybe it is getting blown out of proportion a little bit, but once again, even if that's the case, it does seem pretty clear that there's some odd double standards going on here. And actually, after looking at that meme, it really doesn't imply that there's waves of art like that. It could very well just be talking about like one and a one. It seems like if you take it that sort of way, it's that person's interpretation, because I mean, you clearly see it on screen, but we'll just read it one more time. It says, wholesome art of Arlecchino x Aether, pass, and art of Arlecchino physically and mentally abusing Farina, all about it. It doesn't talk about any volume, any amount, or anything like that, so could just be viewer's interpretation. Sorting by top comments, we can see at the very top is this one that says, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Also near the top, this one, toxic, eerie crowd. Crowd goes wild, including me. Well, I guess they're going full mask off, if they weren't already. However, right below that, someone says that they want to see more wholesome stuff, actually, after the R-word situation, which I mentioned already, which gets linked here, and that was one of the top posts on that subreddit too. So yeah, once again, wholesome Aether Arlecchino art, bad, will get you removed, and you'd get the mods making all these crazy posts over it and whatnot. However, if you have Arlecchino R-wording Farina, well, apparently you'll be celebrated and have a top post on that subreddit. Although clearly it's not 100% of the subreddit, as this person even says they wish they didn't see that. And, given the meme itself that we took a look at here, that alone got 847 upvotes. So yeah, there's a bit of division on that subreddit after all this stuff. And that's enough time on Reddit for me. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Yeesh, this was definitely a Reddit video. But yeah, I'll see you in the comments. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one too. Have a great rest of your Friday.